ones, it's up to you. So if you were to start a Chix Chat Club, you could take these guidelines and go, well, that works for me, but I think I'm going to go over here and play with this. The first thing I said to our group was everyone gets a chance to cry, whine, babble, or groan. Everyone at the table. Each night? When you get together.
So I can cry, whine, babble, or groan. I want to join one of these groups.
That's
I
right.
would just love that.
Yeah, everybody gets a chance to do that.
I would love that. Okay.
But then number 2, but everybody gets equal time.
Okay.
We all know.
So from the get-go, we know nobody's going to monopolize this group because they're going through a huge breakup, job loss, makeup's not working, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. But you lead right into number 3.
Okay.
If somebody in the group just got laid off or had a death in the family, she gets priority that night.
Okay.
She doesn't get to dominate.
Okay.
And by establishing the guidelines up front, no one gets their feelings hurt. You say, okay, Tanya is in agony tonight. Everybody comes to Tanya's aid, pats her, and makes her better. But then we move into everybody else. Make sure the night is just not about Tanya.
Well, and you know, that makes sense. Because, you know, if you just get laid off or something awful's just happened, it's really hard to come to a meeting and go through the flow and pretend like nothing's wrong and just say, oh, trust Jesus, trust Jesus. See, again, it's just all that spiritualizing stuff. So you take into account that we're human beings living in a fallen world, and if something really bad has happened, I can be the priority, I just can't dominate.
That's right, and everybody in the room is going to agree. It's Tanya's turn, but it's not Tanya's night.
Okay.
It's Tanya's turn. But we only do this once a month, so I need to gripe and babble about what happened to me this week.
Right, because even though you might not have been laid off, something, you know, your plumbing might have gone out, or, you know, good news or whatever.
Yeah, I have as much to talk about as she does. The next thing is you always want to end on a positive note.
Amen.
Don't let the night go downhill. It's so easy to get deep. I get deep.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I just love to go deep. And my friends are like, I just was going to talk about the weather.
I know.
You know, and they're fine with that. And I'm thinking, oh, no, we got to talk about this issue and that issue.
Well, because we think that in order to bond, you know, it's got to be all that. But I think sometimes laughter just does our heart good like medicine. And sometimes that's just better than getting all deep. But you're saying even if we get all deep, end on a high positive note.
Try to get the laughter in there. Try to get some fun going. And then what you want to do is make sure that you designate a point person to help you prepare for the next month's meeting. In other words, you can rotate this job, but Sandy says, hey, I'll work on sending out the email or the text or whatever, reminding us to get together and where next month. And again, don't make Sandy do it all the time, but she's responsible to make sure that you do that. The next step is be sure that you set that date before you leave that night or that afternoon or that day or that morning, or it won't happen. Set the date at the end of your Chix Chat meeting or club togetherness or whatever you want to call it. The next thing is be sure that you do commit to getting together, even if it is with the Skype or with the conference call or however. Be sure that you do it. If one girl can only be on a conference call with you for 10 minutes that night, at least she checked in, touched base, and was able to say what's on her heart. And if it's a prayer request, hey girls, can you pray for me? I've got an appointment or an interview tomorrow morning. I can't talk tonight, but would y'all pray for me? Absolutely. The key thing, next step, network, network, network. Guys are great at it. Deals are made on the golf courses, and we girls can sit in a room of power player women and just sit there and stare at each other and talk about the dog or the kids.
We don't want to ask for anything or expect anybody to do. So you're saying this is a chance to get together and to ask.
Oh my word. How many times is the girl sitting across from me, she has in her BlackBerry or her cell phone the exact contact I've been looking for 6 months, but we don't ask.